play as the Packers get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. On the return, here's Marcus Murphy. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That's fine. Yeah. 319.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Past the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with 1st downs on each play.
They'll run it with Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. What did they lose, 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back big plays right there, and the Bills have another 1st down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
Here's Allen. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give him 30 yards there. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Detroit!
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And again, it's Allen. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. Fights him off. Seam, and he might go all the way. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Clay, the intended receiver.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Trent Murphy in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. It's caught outright by Graham. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And the first play will be a field goal try. And Crosby puts it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And an alley to run. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Rolling to his right. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. That one goes for 24 yards. A big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Tackle there by Clay Matthews. Throwing on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, and it's third down. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Clay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, here's Allen. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen now looks to throw. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. He's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Rodgers to throw. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Well, right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, It's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Trent Murphy in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Blue 58.
Working from the gun. Rodgers forced out to his left. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Zoom. Well.
Here's Rodgers on 3rd down. Escaping and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jerry Hughes. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now the first carry for the former Jaguar. This is Chris Ivory. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Allen now looking to throw on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, found the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Detroit!
So after the INT, it's Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Lucky 56.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. To throw once more. Looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tremont Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Over. 319.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit.
And here's Allen to throw on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. The 1st NFL pick for Jair Alexander. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. He'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Blue 58! Hold! Right now, you got 58. Hey, Mike!
They'll run it with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Crosby on now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. to the air on second down. It's Allen. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Allen now on first down. Dancing to his left. Going deep for Benjamin. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen throwing again. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Set! 319! 319! Gun!
Throwing is Allen on third. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
319!
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Hey. 4 down. Right. Check. Lucky. Going right. Here we go, D. Put it down.
Again, it's Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Wide left. Check 26.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He'll right, and Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll run it with McCoy. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Gun!
Looking to throw on second down. Allen, he's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Randall Cobb, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Now it's Murphy. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
319! 319!
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game, and with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He'll buy some time right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Zone.
To throw is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now Sproles. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And here come the Bills. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Flushed out right. That is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Fights off the defender, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Being chased out left. And left side here, it's Graham. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
319. 26. Zoom. Jumbo.
To throw on second down. Rodgers eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 64 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Zach Brown in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
319. Here we go. 58.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And Crosby puts it through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, You get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Allen. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Allen will try again on second down. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Allen to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Williams. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now the Bills will take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Right. Zoom.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They are on to the fourth quarter in Jacksonville. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Green 18. Box it.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. work this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
Blue 58!
They'll hand it off now. Williams. Again, he finds an opening. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They give him a gain of 37. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. His tight end Clay, the intended receiver. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match.